There is an ancient word for the force that moves your life when you stop trying to control it, the Tao. The Dao De Jing describes it like this: the Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao, meaning it isn't an idea, it's the way life moves when it's left alone. And there is a moment when effort quietly collapses, not because you failed, but because something older finally takes the lead. Most people think life resists them, but life isn't resisting, it's responding to the tension you bring into it. The Tao does not move against you, it moves around whatever is rigid. And when you're rigid, life feels hard. When you soften, life begins to rearrange itself without explanation. This is the part few people understand. The Tao does not reward striving, it dissolves it. Not all action creates results. Some actions create noise, some effort creates delay, some intention creates blockage. The Tao works underneath all of that. You can feel it. When you stop narrating your life, when your inner commentary quiets, when you're no longer trying to be someone or get somewhere, that's when movement becomes precise. Not rushed, not hesitant, exact. The Tao never hurries because it's never late. Think about how a wound heals. You don't command it, you don't supervise it, you don't improve it with thought. You simply stop interfering and intelligence takes over. That intelligence is not personal. It doesn't belong to you, but it moves through you when you're no longer in the way. This is what Wu-Wei actually means. Wu-Wei does not mean doing nothing. It means not forcing, action without strain, movement without inner violence, response without fear. Wu-Wei is what happens when action rises from clarity instead of anxiety. Once Lao Tzu pointed to this and said, "The Tao abides in non-action, yet nothing is left undone." This doesn't mean nothing happens. It means nothing unnecessary happens. When force drops away, what matters completes itself. Most people exhaust themselves trying to force clarity, but clarity doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to stillness. The Tao is not found by searching, it's revealed when seeking relaxes. False urgency comes from fear. Fear of missing out, fear of falling behind, fear of losing control. The Tao has no fear because it has no preference. It doesn't push towards success or pull away from failure. It simply unfolds. And when you align with it, your life begins to move with a quiet knowing. Things start completing themselves. Conversations resolve without force. Decisions clarify without struggle. Right timing appears without planning. Not because you became wiser, but because you stopped interrupting. The Dao De Jing says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Nothing real rushes, nothing essential panics. Hurry is an anxiety, pretending to be action. When you stop rushing yourself, life stops rushing you. The Tao does not need motivation. It doesn't need discipline. It doesn't need affirmation. It needs space. Most suffering comes from contraction, tight shoulders, tight breath, tight identity. The Tao moves through openness. This is why water always wins. It doesn't argue with obstacles. It doesn't resent resistance. It doesn't insist on straight lines. It yields. And in yielding, it reshapes reality. When you stop pushing life, it starts carrying you. This doesn't make you passive, it makes you accurate. Your actions become fewer, but cleaner. Your words become rarer, but heavier. Your presence does more than your effort ever could. The Tao expresses itself through what feels obvious once you stop overthinking. And here's the quiet truth. If something requires constant force, it isn't aligned. If something drains your life force, it isn't rooted in the Tao. If something collapses the moment you stop controlling it, it was never real to begin with. The Tao remains when illusion burns away. So before your next action, pause. Not to think, not to plan, but to feel. Whether your body is clenched or open. Forcing always tightens. Flow always relaxes. The Tao does not ask you to try harder. It asks you to release what you're gripping out of fear. When you let go, something ancient steps forward, and life begins moving again, effortlessly. From the Dao De Jing, the Tao does nothing, yet nothing is left undone.